Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of this Factorio Beginner Guide. As always, I am joined here by Zuri.
Greetings.
And today, we need to go grab another Copper Outpost. This guy here is pretty much tapped as much as it can be, and we don't have enough copper input. And Zuri is going to actually show off, if we get to that point in this episode. If not, we'll do it next. He's going to show off a really cool loading or unloading design using combinators and smart inserters, which he did on one of negative root streams, which is super cool and is just a lot more compact and seems to work really quite well.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in it, so we should get that done. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Zuri did a lot of off-screen work, which is really good, which is great. He built this whole oil thing up here. You might have noticed when we started in, and for doing plastic, and then mess around with some other stuff. We just added a ton more solar because we noticed we were pushing the limit in terms of our power, and the steam engines actually had to kick on, so that was not good. Is this, what's this for?
Well, I'm starting up with the blueprint for the rail line since we don't have far oil.
Right. Yeah, and then we can just...
Yeah, so I'm constructing it now.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go get some mining drill stuff going here. Did you set those? I know you set up a lot of miscellaneous stuff a little while ago. Did you do drills? Let's see.
I hope it did.
Drills, do we have drills? Oh, we do have drills. Sweet. Alright. Quest some of those. That'll work. Questing belt. I have a lot of crap I don't need. How do I have a science lab? Kind of weird.
That's a good question.
I just have like a random science lab or two in my inventory. So, last time we also got modules set up, and actually something I want to touch on. Me and Zuri were talking off screen a little bit in regards to that. And I know last episode when we did modules, I mentioned in regards to the efficiency modules that the a machine can only be decreased 80% energy-wise with those. So I had said that using like a level 3 and a level 1 was the best way to get the 80%. Zuri had mentioned, which is a very good point, that it's resource-wise, like cost-wise, it's actually better to just use 3 level 1 efficiency modules. That'll be 90%, so it's like 10% waste, but resource-wise, in terms of making the modules, it's a lot cheaper to just use 3 level 1s rather than a level 3 and a level 1. So definitely...
This is a little frustrating. I keep hitting stuff when I'm trying to build a blueprint.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Alright, so what copper patch do you think we should go for here? There's one kind of by the one we have. There's a ton down south and west. That one up by our...
I'll worry about the blueprint later.
Alright. I mean, there's some pretty good sized ones to the west here. That one by our current copper outpost would be easy to tie into, but it's pretty small.
The one by Llama Rancher, we can probably just tie into the pre-existing one. I was thinking of heading south actually to one of those really big ones.
Oh yeah.
There's those 4 patches on the very edge of the map to the west. I think those might be prime inventory.
Right, okay, so to the west. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, well, I'll have to do a lot of biter clearing off screen or something to clear out the pollution, but oh well.
Okay, well, I mean, one of us can kind of start setting up the outposts, and I mean, I'll go kill some biters and stuff, since you've been doing it a lot. And let's see, I have miners, I have belt. We need the trains, huh? The train track would probably be good.
I got locomotives, engines, and train track.
Sweet, okay. I also have train track, I have inserters. I think we actually are probably good to go. I have 50 miners. I don't know if that's going to be enough, probably, to start. I'd make steel axe. I don't know why I've been using a normal one. Alright, sweet. I think we can probably head down there.
I'll start laying the line.
Alright. I don't even know. I lost you completely. Oh, there you are. So we're heading towards these ones west, these big ones.
West, yes, the ones south of the lake.
Okay, yeah, I was just making
There's like a line of 4.
I see, you're just tying the rail to the already existing rail.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we can combine them all together later.
Very good, smart idea. Oh, rocks, they gotta go.
Got to kill the rocks.
All the rocks. Alright, I'll head down here and start clearing out some of these bases. The biter evolution is actually pretty high. I forget off the top of my head when Behemoth starts spawning. I think it's like 90-something% evolution.
It's way up there. It's like 99.
Yeah, something like that. So we're not quite there yet, but pretty close. I'm gonna go clear out these dudes. Pollution-wise, they'll definitely be hit by our mining. Oh, that's a worm. Oh god. Didn't see that. We just finished a follower count research, so we can now have 14 dudes. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'll hit it again.
Nice. There's so many of those researches, it's we're nowhere near close to being done. Oh, that is a lot of worms. Holy crap. Oh, I might die here. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm a little rusty. Oh man, that was...
Why don't I have a personal roboport? I thought I did. Oh, I'll go make one real quick. I kind of need one.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, you know, we can just lay the track with it, and then I noticed we didn't have one. I was like, uh-oh. Get wrecked! Alright, well, there's one base down. I'm almost out of poison. Uh-oh. That is a huge base. Holy crap. Hold down here in case we need it. Very good. What are these? These medium worms? Oh, those are some big worms. Man, distractors are so good.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites.
Definitely worth doing. Throwing those in there first, distract them, and wipe them out. Combat shotgun's a little extremely powerful. Yeah, one thing to touch on here is definitely, even with power armor, and ours is fully decked out for combat stuff, you definitely don't want to get surrounded. On my screen there, people will see I almost got surrounded by that cluster of big biters, and that would have killed me, because then you can't run, obviously, and you just get wrecked. Alright, so there's that. Let's see if there's any others. There's that huge one, which could be a little bad, but I think this will be okay for now. Actually, maybe I can take that huge one. We'll find out. I'm gonna save the game.
That's the spirit.
Yep. When in doubt, be a little cheater and save the game. Alrighty. Oh man. Oh god, they turned on me now, Oh. Nope, 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 nope. Wonder if
All the nopes.
What?
All of the nopes.
Yep, all the nopes. These big worms hurt, man. They're no joke. Yeah, how do you like that poison? So yeah, for anyone who is new and hasn't done the late game combat yet, combat shotgun is extremely powerful. Definitely gonna need it. Alright, so I think that's about everything. There's actually one tiny base up here. Should be pretty easy to... maybe not. And another strategy is, if you do it right, you see how these robots swing around me? You can actually catapult them in. So like, these guys are going to catapult in, and then they can kill the worms pretty quickly. So that's actually a pretty good strategy as well, is to be able to catapult those guys in. You kind of have to get a rhythm down, but once you get the hang of it.
Get the slingshot strats.
Oh yeah. Pro strats. So, how's progress coming on that rail?
Pretty good.
Nice. Okay, I see. So I see what you're doing. Yeah, Farl maybe is something we should add here pretty soon. I think for most people...
Yeah, that makes it way easier.
Yeah, for most people it's a pretty go-to mod. I mean, we wanted to try to keep it pretty vanilla, just for demonstration purposes, but I would say most people definitely use Farl, and I just messed up everything. There.
GG.
Do not trust me with a deconstruction planner. Like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's almost easier to just place stuff than to have the robots do it. They're really slow sometimes.
Well, they automatically pick up the trees for me, so there's that.
Ah, very good point. Yeah, that's definitely helpful. I'll place power pole for them. What are we missing? I guess you're missing power poles. I have some. You can notice though, if you do, for people who aren't really too experienced with this, if you do like run too fast while having them do this, they can get out of their personal roboport range and then miss stuff. So it's good to go back and check for sure. Okay, so Zuri has connected this up here with this nice T-junction, which we went over. We used it on the other area up here. Works very well.
Yeah, I've only one port in my suit right now, so only 10 or so will work.
True. Yeah, because actually, I'd kind of forgotten about that. You the personal roboports will stack as long as you have enough power. I don't mean stack as in like have a stack of like 5 like other items stack, but their effects will stack in the roboport, so or in your power armor. So if you have like 2, the area gets a little bigger, and then more robots can be used at once, and more robots can charge, I believe, at once, or they charge faster. So I think what a lot of people like doing is having like 2 power armor suits, one for like combat, and then one just filled with like fusion reactors and personal roboports, and maybe a shield or 2 or something. So that can be pretty good. So there's this copper patch down here. Did we want to hit this or just skip to the ones to the west?
We might as well hit it. It's in the way.
Right.
I'm gonna put a rail system through here.
Alright, so we do want to tap this. Yeah, ones like these odd-shaped ones can be a little tricky to mine out because they're really weird shaped. So I just have to stagger stuff here. And again, it doesn't have to be perfectly balanced if you're using a balanced loader, because it will obviously do it for you. It helps, of course, to have it maybe a little bit balanced rather than just doing like all of them on one side of a belt.
We're being pretty lazy with these train station names too, but that's okay with me.
Yeah, we're just leaving them default. You can definitely change them, but I do really love how it actually shows them on the map. It can make it a lot easier to tell, like when you're setting up the train schedule, where you actually need to send it. If you are being lazy like we are and don't have the stops memorized. I don't know if I brought enough felt, hopefully. Sweet.
Alright, well, I need to go back and pick up some smart chests and such.
Alright. I'll connect power up here. Let's see, can we line this up? We can. See if I can do this in any sort of an organized manner. Probably not. Yeah, not too much.
That's really close to the base, I just realized.
Oh, this copper outpost? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
extremely close to the base. Oh dear. Almost got hit again. What's the deal here? Batteries? What is holding up these batteries? Copper. Okay, yeah. Good thing we're doing this. Definitely. Yeah, it's something to keep an eye on in your factory. Not only is copper, I mean, we have copper issues, obviously, as we can see here, but not only is it holding up stuff like on the main bus that uses copper, we just noticed that the batteries are now being held up by copper, which is holding up blue science and like robot frames and all that other stuff, accumulators that use it. So like shortage of one thing, if it's an important thing, or even if it's not, can really screw up your factory working.
Alright, I'm going to set up an expanded view of what all the wires and such are doing, and then I'll build the bigger on the train.
Okay, sounds good. So now, if we're having a stop here, are we going to want to like put another T-junction somewhere or something to send it off towards these copper patches to the west? Because we're obviously not going to want this to still be the main line if there's a stop here.
Yes, we're going to need a T-junction.
Yeah, like right over. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, when doing trains, and I just learned this only. I've been really bad with trains most of my time in Factorio, but Zuri was helpful enough to show me not too long ago. Don't make a train stop like part of your main line, or anything like that. You're gonna need like whenever you want to split off in another direction or go into a station, you're gonna want a T-junction. So we could have just had this line turn and had the main line go this way without a T-junction, but then we would have needed a T-junction to get down to the station. We did it the other way around. Either way works, but it's really good to do stuff like this. Otherwise, you're going to have some major issues with train backups and crashes. Let's remove these trees here. Place some power poles. Alright. So Zuri's working on that. Once he's done, we'll go down and check it out here. And again, Zuri's just set this blueprint up so there's a signal about every train length. Definitely good to do this. Now, I don't know if we mentioned this, but if you have, so the signals create blocks, we already went over that, but one thing to keep in mind is if you have massive signal blocks, so like the signal where I'm standing, if we had this and we didn't have another signal like all the way down the track until we got like to our next outpost or whatever, they may have fixed it, so I could be wrong, but huge train signal blocks actually can create lag if they're really big and you have enough of them. So definitely good to keep that in mind as well.
We can go over that later. I'm trying to show off how this is wired.
Okay.
Like, all the chests are wired with green wire together and then hooked up to the input side. And then the output side is hooked up to the smart inserters, and those are all chained together.
Right, and then the smart inserters are hooked to the chest with the red wire. Okay, so you're setting this to each divided by 12.
Yes. Or divided by number of chests it'll be 14 if I'm doing one side, or 20. Wait, 14 and 28, yeah,
Yeah.
for the wagon.
Right, if we're doing both sides. Okay. Okay, so essentially, what will this do? Once we get it all set up, what will this? This is like a balancer, right? Just without splitters and stuff.
Yes, the green wire for the chest adds up all the contents of all the chests, and then this basically takes the average of it.
Okay.
So you divide by the number of chests, and then it's negative, so I don't have to add a different circuit for each inserter. So basically, the signal that each inserter gets is its box minus the average.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll set this up to like less than 1 of whatever I'm trying to filter into here, and it'll work.
And that will basically make sure that there's like an even amount in each box.
Yeah, these inserters is how you set it up.
Okay, so we have that divided by the number, and then when this is less than 1. So like essentially when one box like hits a certain amount, then the inserter should stop working, right? So that the other ones can get more and then load evenly.
Yes, the inserter works if the box it's tied to with the red wire is less than or equal to the average contents of all the boxes.
Okay. Yeah. And then once it gets a little above that, it stops, and then all the others can work, and then they stop once they get to that. So this is just essentially a balancer, but without the huge splitter and massive belt setup that we've used previously.
Exactly.
So
Kind of annoying to wire up though.
yeah. Can you just blueprint and like get the free wires and all that?
Yes, but I have to set up the first two first.
Right. And then obviously we don't need, for the viewers, we don't need smart inserters on this other side inputting into the cargo wagons, because we're obviously just monitoring the chest. And some people have maybe made some comments or thought that some of the combinator stuff is somewhat like pointless, and some of it is, I mean, maybe not pointless, but some of it is kind of just fancy type stuff. But this is actually something that can be really useful. This is far more compact than what we have done up here, and once you understand it, potentially easier to set up as well, because it just requires less stuff. So this can actually be a very easy, practical, useful thing to do.
Yes, this is incredibly utilitarian. This is not just some fluffy, goofy stuff. Will get you the 10-second load time you need for your train system.
Yeah, exactly.
It's impressive.
Now, did you come up with this, or is this someone else's?
I was discussing it with someone in the stream, and I don't remember who that was, but I designed this myself. They were saying something like, how would you get a balancer to work using just smart inserters? And I figured it out from there.
Wow, very nice. Very cool. I definitely couldn't have done that. I'm horrible with this stuff, but I am learning, so I'm learning probably as much as everyone watching this. And
I can't tell if the green wires are working or not, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Now, we do have 3 belts. Now, this last one I could split, actually, and just tie into the other 2. That might be the best way to do it.
Alright, yeah, it's connected. That's good.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'm just going to split. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Getting all the wrong keys here. Alright. We'll just underground that. And then this guy we'll just split onto here for this line. And then this one we can just underground here. And maybe not quite like that. Alright. Actually, what am I doing? I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, there we go. I'm just, instead of having to feed 3 lines in somehow, I'm just splitting this one equally. There's just not much to it. And then this guy we can just underground. And we, yeah, will we need red belt? Maybe.
I don't think we have enough miners to worry about red belt, but I'd rather stick it on the red belt anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
Just to clean this up. You'll see in a second.
Okay, so you can see Zuri's only used 1 combinator for all this, and then done 28, just like you talked about. And I mean, it's a little hard to tell since it's being directly loaded in the train right now. None of it's actually staying in the box, but once it does. No, whoops. Okay, you got that. Yeah, so normally, if you did not use this, like if you had the belts going straight like this and you just use normal inserters, what would happen is kind of what's happening right now is that only the first few inserters would get some because they pull it all up before it gets down here. But once this train leaves and the boxes actually start filling up, then this Zuri setup here is going to make these stop once they get to a certain point, and then more ore will obviously go down since it's not being grabbed, and then the others will get some, and then theoretically, once these fill up more, then the first ones will work again to keep it all even. So very, very cool.
Yeah, as soon as the first cargo wagon fills up, you will see it start to equalize.
Yeah. I'm actually going to throw some in here because I have some. Yeah, so you can see these are all stopping at 1 here until this guy fills up, which obviously will take quite a while. These guys have stopped at 1 so that these guys can get more. And then, so if this cargo wagon were full, right, then these would stop, but then these would start, and then so on and so forth until, I mean, we just keep it all even. So, pretty damn cool. And as you can see, far, far more space efficient. Which, I mean, a lot of people say you have unlimited space, which is true, but I mean, this is simpler to set up once you like get the first 2 done. You can just blueprint it. It requires less materials, and especially on the unloading side. Well, I don't know that you would really have to use it on the unloading side, would you?
No, I'm still working on that. I'm trying to figure out how to unload the boxes evenly and get it more compact than the station I already have, but I can't figure it out. Like, I can't beat my old design. It's just too good for me, I guess.
Right. Okay, so this is stopped. This guy is full now. And you can see that these are staying equal. They all have 5. I mean, some have 1 or 2 more, but that's just because the others haven't caught up yet. So this is keeping it pretty much exactly even.
Watch yourself, starting it up.
Oh yeah. And actually, we're like definitely out of time here in about 35 minutes. So I think we're gonna call it here.
Okie dokie.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry for a little long episode, although I think quite a few of you enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed and learned some stuff. If you have any questions about this setup or anything else, post down in the comments and we will go ahead and answer you. But until next time, look forward to seeing you all, and we will catch you later.
Later.